From Buffalo to the big leagues, this is MaDi Tells All. Guys, I am here with someone new that I've met in New York. She goes by Lete, which apparently is like her last name, which I didn't know was a thing. It's, you know, a stage name at this point. But I'm so excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is a cute setup. I'm
right?
Like, ooh, you're professional.
Thank you. You know, we're in Times Square. Where do you live? What neighborhood?
Oh, I move every month because I'm psychotic.
Yeah, what is that?
It's not sustainable. That's what it is. Yeah.
We're working on it?
We're kind of. This is the problem. I have commitment issues.
Okay.
Not just in relationships, but in living situations as well. And so I don't want to sign a year-long lease unless it's exactly what I want. And the issue of New York is unless you're fucky rich, you can't get exactly what you want. I know.
See, I have a dream apartment, but it's in Narnia. And that is the problem. It's every time that I'm going to an event, it's a minimum of 45 minutes. And I'm like, I need to move into Manhattan, but I don't know if I'm ready because if I'm going to get that dream, even studio apartment, you're looking at $6,000, like minimum.
Wait, is Narnia a real place? Are you talking like
no, just like
Narnia? Oh, like, you're like, it's 45 minutes away. I'm like, wait a second.
Literally, no, it's just too far, too far. But, you know, a bunch of my people who probably have never I don't even know. I feel like you've done so many different things, so we might have seen you in so many different avenues. Can you give a little rundown of the fast version of what's going on?
Yeah, fast version of what's going on. Okay, so I was a D1 volleyball player.
Oh, mommy.
Played volleyball for a little bit overseas, came back, became Miss Indiana USA in 2020. Longest reigning queen right here. Ay, bow, bow, bow.
So you had to do it every single year? Like
Miss Indiana?
You won and then you put yourself... Like you just keep going year after year?
No.
How does it work?
Not. You actually can only win your state one time in your whole life.
Okay, but no one has won it since.
No, I'm the longest reigning. So because of COVID, lockdown happened. They couldn't have the pageant within the year time frame.
Got it.
So I was like Miss Indiana USA for like a year and a half, almost
incredible.
2 years. Actually, almost 2 years because I think it was like 600.
Put it on the LinkedIn.
Days. Yes. And then after that, I was actually on a crypto podcast. Super random. And then I was in the WWE for a bit, moved to Orlando. I was a wrestler, not like people are like, oh, so you worked in marketing. No, like I was actually body slamming.
Oh my God, we're going to have to pull up those clips.
Yeah, that was.
What got you into that?
Oh, I skipped a chapter. Okay, I also cosplayed as Wonder Woman. So pretty much when I was Miss Indiana USA, I went and talked to like kids in schools and people made fun of this kid for wanting to be Batman, and it like really hurt my soul because when I was younger, I got made fun of for wanting to be a model, and now I'm a model. So sorry, you guys. And I just wanted to do something outlandish on social media to show that you can be anything that you want in this lifetime. Like I truly believe that. So I was like, I'm going to be Wonder Woman. Grew the account literally in 4 months to like 700K. And so someone from the WWE saw me through that and invited me to a tryout. And then I got a contract, moved to Orlando, like the whole shebang.
But it was crazy because you had no background or interest in wanting to do WWE.
I'd never seen a wrestling match. Like I'd seen like the pop culture stuff, like Hulk
Hogan. There was that TV show where it was like making WWE stars. You basically were like a part of that. Like you had to go through probably some intense training, right?
Oh, way more intense than people think. Way more intense than I
just can't believe you signed up for that. Like how did you get hurt?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I didn't realize going into it. I thought it was a little bit more fake. You know, like I've seen the stuff. I was like, oh, it's so staged. It's so fake. And we're actually punching each other. We're actually body slamming each other.
It's an art.
It's an art form. And you got to be a little to like really get into it. Like you got to not give a fuck about your body.
No, like and how long did you do that
care
for?
About mine, unfortunately. No, not unfortunately, but a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Probably a year too long. Like 6 months in, I should have skedaddled.
Was the money good?
No. That's even the worst part.
I thought maybe you did it because the money was good.
And the crazy thing is, so the money would have been good.
Okay.
If you're on main roster. Mm-hmm. But when you're starting out, there's like no money in it. And that's what
But also you had
realize.
$700K. Did you not like use that to be like, you need me and pay me more?
You can't negotiate the original contract.
Ugh, rough.
Yeah. So they pretty much guarantee like, they tell you, this is what they tell you. They're like, oh, you're going to spend 2 years here and then you're going to go to main roster. So that would make it worthwhile to get paid shit and then make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the thing is, literally no one from my class had gone, so it's been 3 years now. No one from my class has gone to main roster. So this promise that they had like what they told us, it's not like an actual promise. They're like, oh, you'll probably go up in 2 years. No one has done it. So everyone is continuously right now getting crap pay.
I was gonna say, because you're probably still friends with some of the people, right?
Yeah, I still know what goes on there. It's so interesting.
Did you go to SummerSlam here?
No, I did not.
Okay, I didn't know.
I went to WrestleMania though, and Vegas.
She's not so too traumatized. She'll go to them.
No, it's crazy because it's so fun to me, but I think they used me in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to be a manager of someone or like a backstage interviewer.
I was gonna say to use that platform because were you still able to collect brand deals?
No, you couldn't take any of that when you were with them. Couldn't have any other jobs. You couldn't use your name, image, and likeness in any other way except associated with the WWE. So that's another thing with like the money. It's crap money.
But then they're getting paid like a ton of money.
Yes. I mean, it's what? I think it's a $17 billion company. That might be. No, I think that's right, actually.
That's insane.
Maybe
Well,
that's
I
wrong.
see them after SummerSlam and seeing that, like, and that people in the wardrobes and outfits, but it's an interesting craft.
The craziest part is we pay for our wardrobes. The WWE doesn't. So
I just can't believe. Okay, so then you leave there, and then what's the next job?
So the next thing after leaving the WWE is I become an artist.
Okay.
I paint. I'm specialized in foil painting. I have not seen any other artist use foil for their whole images, so that's a pretty cool thing.
That's amazing. So you'll like crunch it and like make it all crazy?
Yeah, so I kind of like use glue and then I do different layers. A lot of my images are like monochrome, so like similar colors. And I gotta do like multiple layers, like probably like 6 layers of like glue and foil to make it look multi-dimensional.
The art process there.
It's a process.
Like kudos to artists.
Well, it was coming from the WWE. It was like chaos in my life.
Yeah.
And then I needed a little bit calm reset, so that's why I turned.
And were you doing this in Indiana, or did you still live in
Orlando.
Florida? Okay.
I was stuck in my lease. Terrible situation.
Nice.
there.
That's why she's scarred right now and just
Terrible
moving
situation
everywhere.
There. Yes. So, and I don't like to be locked down on a lease. I had a little stalker situation. That's another story. But anyways, so artist, and then I was on a reality competition show called Deal or No Deal Island.
Deal or No Deal Island.
Best time of my life.
Run me. How did you find out about it? What was the interview process like?
So I had an old manager that was before the WWE, and she was like, "Hey, I know you're not working with the WWE anymore. Are you like interested in going on a show? I met somebody and they're literally looking for people just like you." And I was like, "I don't know, what show is it?" And she told me Deal or No Deal Island. And I was like, "I've never heard of that. Like, I don't know." And she's like, "Well, I'll give them your contact, and just if you want to, you can go through with it. And if you don't, like, don't." At this point, I had actually already been interviewed to go on 2 other shows. And the first show was when I was in the WWE. I was like when I was trying to leave, I was hoping to get on a reality show and then get let go because I'm going on the show for weeks. And I was the first alternate for that. So it didn't work out. And then the next show, I made it all the way to the end, and then they ended up going with someone like blonde instead of brunette.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it works in the entertainment industry. Like they want a certain look.
My friend got his hair cut the other day and lost out on a $6,000 gig because his hair is too short.
Yep.
Like craziness.
Yep. It's like that. Or if your like eyes are slightly different, like they could want like both of us could be the running, and they're like, "We want blue eyes," so then you would get it.
Yeah, and you're like, I can put contacts in. It's not that deep.
Yeah, it's nothing I can do about it. So then this next one came up, and I was kind of burnt with the reality show stuff, and I was like, whatever, I'll do it. And then I watched it, and I was like, wait, this is fun. This is like,
what's the premise?
It's like a mixture of Survivor, Big Brother, and Deal or No Deal. So I'm like, literally 3 in 1. I'm kind of winning at life if I end up going on this show because I've always wanted to be on a reality competition show, and this is 3 in 1 pretty much. So I go through the process. I actually interview and thought it went horrible. So they're like, "Oh, do you?"
Was it Zoom calls? Was it in person?
Yes, Zoom. Okay. Zoom calls. They asked me a question. They're like, "Oh, do you live in a small town in Indiana, like with 1 stoplight?" And I would say my town is small, but I was like, no, I don't like have 1 stoplight. I don't live in a farm.
Yeah, but
yeah. And they're like, "Oh," and they said something slight like, "Oh, okay," or like, "Oh, I wouldn't have said that," or like, "Oh, you should have just lied about it," like something like that. And I was like, if this is what you're looking for, I'm not the person. So like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm a really honest person, and if you guys don't want it, like, that's cool. But this is who I am. This is who I'm gonna be on this show, and I'm not gonna change that. And I thought that was really bad. Like, and the person never laughed at any of my jokes. Like, I really thought it went terribly. So I got off and I was like, well, didn't get that.
Yeah.
And then I got a call a few weeks later and they're like, "You're on." And I was like, This is wild.
Did you have to do the background check, physical?
All the stuff, all the mental exams, the physical
Were
exams.
the mental exams like crazy, or was it just like
it's to make sure you don't have
schizophrenic and gonna kill someone?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that with some of the shows. Like what right now, my friend is on a show that's filming, and they are literally in their hotel rooms. No music, no TV, no cell phones for like weeks. And the only time that they get to have like social is when they go on and they are on this show. And then otherwise, because it's like a mind game. Same with, did you ever watch $1 Million Secret?
Oh, I guess you can't. Wait, what show is it?
Wait, $1 Million Secret?
No, the one
I
where
can't say the other show. You know,
is it not out yet?
No, not. Well, no, the show is out a bunch, but Buffalo's too small, so it'll be like people will put the ties together who it is. But
okay.
But $1 Million Secret, like that show, is it $1 Million Secret? I just had one of the co-hosts or one of the girls who made the top 3.
Okay.
And they had no music the whole entire time that they're there for like over. I think they were there for 6 weeks. They're in their room, and then the only time it's like they're filming, but there's no like entertainment, anything like. Talk about mind game. I need music in my life.
No,
you like silence?
I will say I need music. That was the part that was probably the hardest, but I don't need anything in this life besides a happy and quiet mind.
Okay, but you're like you in the spill the tea. Like you love a good yap.
Oh yeah, I'm a yapper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can talk. This is the thing. I don't need stuff to entertain me. Like you're talking about like TV, all this.
Yeah.
If I could throw my phone away and we all didn't have our phones for the rest of our
lives. Oh my God, amazing, right?
I would be okay with it. Write me some letters. When's the last time I've gotten a love letter? I haven't. But guess who writes them? Me. I'm looking for a lover boy too. We're turning this into a dating podcast.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
No, literally that. No, but I was just saying, I had my one friend over yesterday, and I was just like, I always am trying to give my guy friends great advice. And I was like, I can't stress enough. Just buy a woman flowers and write her love letters. It's not that hard.
It's really so
I don't want
simple.
diamonds. Like my one ex was always trying to buy me the nicest watch, trying to tell me that I should get a different car. And, diamond. I'm like, I don't like diamonds.
That's for him.
Yes.
So that's another thing is I've dated rich men.
What was that like? I've never dated a rich man.
I've dated multiple.
Okay, mommy.
Sorry. I'm like,
I need to hear.
Multiple.
People also love the tea.
The thing is, like,
did you know that they were rich?
I don't love them more because they're rich than when I've dated someone poor. Like my first boyfriend was honestly so broke.
Yeah.
And I loved him just as much as like the next guy I dated that was like made $4 million a year.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't deter how much you connect with someone.
Yeah.
I will say it was nice to go to like luxurious places and be taken care of and not have to worry about things. I would say that the people with money usually put me more in my feminine because I'm not out here fighting for security and I'm not fighting for like to provide for myself.
How'd you meet this $4 million man?
In Miami, through a friend.
Okay.
But the thing is, with the guys with money that I have met, they have been narcissistic.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people get a big ego, they don't believe in God, they don't have something that's like grounding them in who they are and their spirituality, is when I've noticed that the ego comes into play. And the ego doesn't really allow for like another star. Does that make sense?
No, for sure.
Yeah. So
they are
you're their purse. Like you're their cute thing on their arm. Like I remember the rich boyfriend I had, he literally introduced me, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." He was British. "This is my girlfriend. She was Miss Indiana USA, Division I volleyball player." And he would just list off all my accolades. And I'm like,
"Hey. Like, honey, this isn't a podcast."
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. And whenever they would do stuff wrong, they would buy me lavish gifts. And that's not how you say sorry, and that's not how you fix problems.
No, write me a letter.
Yeah, or talk to me.
Anytime I've had disagreements with friends or exes, even when I left my ex-fiance, I wrote him like a 4-page like letter, just like he already knew that we were broken up, but then I like just really like I needed him to like really sit there and listen. And that's like when you are talking with someone, it's in our nature, especially now with our attention span, that you just start drifting off. But when you're in that moment in silence and you're reading cards, like my grandma and I, we send cards back and forth to each other. And I just made my mom a card the other day that was like Mama Bear, and I painted, the front of our house and just like wrote things I loved to her, and she cried like a baby because no one does it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like those little things are just, it makes you the happiest thing ever.
And it puts it into forever. Like you can always look back and look at that, or
do you journal?
I do.
Okay, yeah, I've been journaling since I was 14.
Yeah. And another thing I saw with like another guy that I dated that had a lot of money is he would always want to buy me things he liked. So whenever I liked something, he didn't really offer
that was
to
my
pay,
ex too.
But he wanted to buy me things that he liked. And it made me feel like he didn't care about what I wanted and my individuality, which is the most important thing to me. Like I think it's okay to be very different than your partner. I think that's beautiful. I think I recently saw a post with Lana Del Rey and her like Louisiana swamp man.
Literally swamp man.
I was like, this is so hot because one, he's stepping into her world confidently himself, not trying to be an image of what he thinks she wants. He's just himself, and I'm looking really for someone
maybe
that
we
is
need a
so
swamp
secure in
man.
themselves. I've had a swamp man.
Okay, it's like we can go to Jersey. That's basically that.
Yeah. The swamp man I had though wanted to be taken care of. So not really a man.
No, I'm dead.
A child.
But when she did a speech and she was just saying how her dating him is like a reflection of who she is, and she wants people to know like she's a normal person at the end of the day, like who's just trying to find love and like just get down and dirty and have a good time. And I was like, damn, because that's how I'm trying to. It's so hard though, because you don't want to say like to lower your standards, but like because of, I think, social media, we create this perfect man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, a Travis Kelce type.
Yeah.
He my type. Yeah. Just 6'5", big man, and I've dated that. I've dated a D1 football player. And then I went from that to like dating a guy who was like maybe 5'10" and like totally different vibes. But I don't know. It's so hard because I just want to be so attracted to my partner. Yeah. And I'm like, dated everything from Irish men with big nose to Italian men. I've dated it all.
A lot of it's energy. Like a lot of it's energy. Like all the guys I've dated, no matter how much money they've had, no matter whatever, like I've been attracted to some form of their energy. Like, and what I mean by that is how they make me feel. You know what I mean?
And
not just
the deep conversations.
Yeah, the play, the banter. I love play in my relationships. Like I have to have play. And if there's no play, why am I going to work every day with the person I want to spend my life with? No, I want to like have playtime with them. I want to feel like childlike. I want to giggle and laugh and play like mermaids in the pool. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want.
And the George Washington.
Yeah. And I've had that majority of my relationships. And I if it's serious, it's not for me.
Did like the 4 million man even have like, was he funny?
Oh, he was fun. No, he was great. The issue was he is a narcissist. And at the end of the day, a narcissistic person is never going to realize when they are in the wrong. And that is an issue.
And they somehow like gaslight you. I've never really been around too many narcissists. I've seen friends in relationships with that. Yeah. And they do get bought. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This one girlfriend I had that I'm not friends with anymore, like, talk about her crazy ass motherfucking ex. And it would just, he would come in and get Louis Vuitton purse and like, it would go over her head. And I'm like, this is not okay.
Yeah. God bless I was from Indiana because I don't give a fuck about your designer. I do like a nice watch, but do I need one? Like, no, like the designer things do not matter to me. I have
one watch from Coach, and there's even scratches that I've had for 8 years, and it's the only watch I own. That's all I need.
But do people care about that? No. Do people care that I'm well educated? I know how to hold different conversations in different environments, in different rooms. I'm multifaceted. Yes. Like, am I funny? Yes. Like, those are the things where when I talk to people, they're not like, oh wow, she was wearing a great Gucci saddlebag. Like,
I'll say, you and I, right? Like, I'm from Buffalo, New York, small town. Our city is 250,000. The population is 1 million, but it's so spread out, and that's like the farmland. We have an insane amount of farmland in Buffalo, and then cute little like suburb areas, but like where everything's happening, right? Like in the city, small. And when you're talking about being from like Fort Wayne, Indiana, like it's such
I'm from New Albany.
Oh, okay.
Fort Wayne's like 4 hours away.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm saying that because my one friend lived in that's the only thing I know about friggin' your place.
People are like, fly over state. I'm like,
yeah,
fine, whatever.
But how big was your town?
I think we have 30,000.
Oh, damn. Oh, so you were like, your high school is probably what, like 57 people or what?
No, we had, maybe that's not right. But last time I looked it up, I think it has to be more because we had 2,000 in my high school.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Unless people were like boating in. Yeah, Google it.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. Last time I
But
checked.
being from like a small town and then going to these events, like you and I, right, where we met from Syndicate and we're going to these like high-end networking events with all these influencers that have...
This is 37,652. So yeah, the last time I looked at it probably was 30,000.
So is it the only high school then in your hometown?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so like in Buffalo, we have West Seneca West, West Seneca East, Williamsville, Orchard Park.
No.
Yeah, so that's why like everyone must go there and bus there. But we go to these events and it's so crazy to me because we are surrounded around people that are working exclusively with Christian Dior, Gucci, Prada, like all these kind of things.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, but like me and I, like I'm a thrifter.
Yeah.
I am a thrifter beyond belief. And then if I have to go to an event last minute and need to get a dress, my ass is going on Amazon. I'm not going to a boutique.
Yeah.
And the only way that I'm going shopping the day before is if I walk downstairs and there's like mad thrift stores, which like my neighborhood's not that.
Let me be so clear though. If a man does want to buy me nice things, I will happily accept. Like I'm not saying like I don't need it or don't want it. I'm saying I don't want it or I don't like it when one, it's not something that I want. And I also don't want it when it's a sorry gift and you're not able to process your emotions and say sorry the correct way.
But you've been going on some dates in New York.
I have been.
The one I talked to, you went on 2. That was it with him? You just 2 dates?
Which one?
You went to like a museum with him.
Oh,
and
yes,
then you were like, oh, I'm going on a date with him tomorrow
guy.
too.
Okay,
oh,
yes.
shy guy.
The shy guy. And I
can't do shy.
I can't do shy either.
I can do
he
like
was so nice and so hot. He was so hot. I'm like, how are you shy? And it's crazy. I was on the phone with one of my guy friends yesterday, and my guy friend is like so hot. He's an actor. He does pretty well for himself. Like,
how tall is he?
He's 6'1".
Okay.
Yeah. And he was talking about like really having a lot of doubts about himself, and trying to get over like insecurities that he has. And I'm like, wait. What do you...
You're like, you're hot.
Which, no, I don't like that.
Wait, the shy guy?
No, different
Your
guy.
friend.
My friend.
Okay.
Who's hot and attractive and all these things. I actually hate when people say you're hot, there's nothing wrong with you, or like you don't have struggles, because I think that's a very superficial thing and we don't know what people go through in their life. And there was a time where I was deeply, deeply sad and depressed and felt very alone in this world. And I am deemed attractive by society. And so I want people to know that like, you can't just label someone as you have it all just because you're attractive.
Fair.
Because there's so much stuff that people go through that you have no idea about. But besides that, like he is doing so great with a lot of different things. And he's like, I feel like I'm not trying hard enough. I feel like I'm not doing this. And I feel like there's people working harder than me that deserve what I'm getting. So I feel bad that I'm getting this stuff and they're not. And I'm like, you can't even think about it like that.
Yeah,
like,
at all.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm like... and he believes in God. I'm like, God has your back. Like, if you're not making enough money this year, like, you'll make it next month or in 2 months. Like, everything will come to you in the right time. And
if you put out good, it's going to come back to you. But it's so hard because I just was having this conversation the other day. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm like giving. And I'm like, sometimes like, when will I get that big break, you know?
The crazy thing is, like, you might not see it in the next, like, foreseeable months. It might literally be in 2 years. Someone saw some random podcast and they're like, she has the talent to host a show on NBC. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's all part, you trust the process.
It's so much easier said than done. And also, especially, like, with our jobs of doing social media, comparison is truly the thief of joy.
Thief of joy, because I was just having this like I have my Buffalo personality and then my New York City personality. And then I did the brand switch so that Buffalo Food Slut now is strictly Buffalo stuff, but became like the less following account. Madeline Hall is now the personality. But now I'm like, I'm trying to fixate and be more aesthetically pleasing on there because it's New York City and we're surrounded around the best content creators in the freaking world.
That's the thing. Do you like following someone because they look pretty though?
No, but I'm saying their content is incredible. Like I'll see them at coffee shops doing food reviews. They have a videographer, they have a sound person, like they have a production. No wonder why their content, but sometimes it's still being filmed from the iPhone, so it looks like it's just like a basic video. But it's just you're surrounded around insane talented people. I'm like a better like fast, simple editor.
Yeah.
But I don't do the whole transitions. I don't do like the crazy fonts. Like that's just like, because I'm constantly posting that.
Yes.
Like maybe if I posted less, I'd put more art into it. But like I'm at the end of the day, someone asked me like what my dream job is. And I was like, it's podcasting, coming in and getting to know people and talking and then going to events and hosting. When I'm in friggin' Buffalo and all the other places that we host tailgates and I'm on the mic and I get to MC in a few hours in New York City right outside of MetLife, like with American Dream, and I'm going to be the star of the show. I love that shit. Dude, when you were on stage, like you have those days, I can't go home and sleep. I'm like, even though I should be so tired.
Yeah. Oh no, I could definitely sleep.
Whenever I have such good days, I just like, I can't sleep. And you would think after being at a tailgate for 8 hours, emceeing, hosting, setting up, like going to the Bills game, then coming home, and I'm like a little kid on Christmas because so many people are just like, that was the most amazing event. You're so amazing. I'm hosting chicken wing eating competitions, like, and I'm the star of the show.
Yeah.
I love it.
In that situation, I'd go home and like I'd eat and like chill for a second with myself.
Yeah, maybe I just need to have like a good night, just feast to then pass out.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like if ever I'm like excited about the day or night, I don't really like stay up and do stuff. I'm usually like have a good meal and then I crash out.
That's fair.
Maybe food comas like the medicine, you know what I mean?
So how long have you been in New York now?
Like 5 months.
Okay, 5 months. Like, is there some kind of place or shop that you go to and you keep eating the same food, or?
The issue is I've lived in seven different boroughs.
Yeah, you're literally insane.
Yeah. I've lived in East Harlem, Hell's Kitchen, West Village, Soho, Williamsburg, and now Lower East Side.
So like, what's the vibe? Like, what do you like the most so far?
Love Soho. Soho is my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I want to.
But how much did you pay?
Not too bad. $2,200.
And how many roommates? 2 roommates.
And it was really small. I actually did like a little
that's
review
the
and it went viral. Everyone's like, this is so bad.
Yeah. So I guess that one, because like Soho is like, I have my eyes on Soho, but like I don't want to live with people. Oh. And it's crazy. Yeah, no, that's the $6,000 studio, like minimum.
Yeah.
Like I love it because one of our girlfriends posted, she's like, I hate New York. And it was a picture of an apartment in Soho for $3,800. Square footage was like, I think less than 400, and the tub was in the kitchen, like that old school maid style, like it probably was like a maid headquarter. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Like that's basically what you're gonna get. But I love watching the New York tours of people turning their tiny space into that.
I know it. They're so talented.
Yeah, like turning this and being like, it's somehow you're like, whoa, it's huge.
Yeah. See, I don't specialize in interior design.
Yeah, me either.
So,
I'm not even like, people are like, oh, you have a great fashion sense. And I'm like, I think
you look cute today. I was like, oh, I even complimented your outfit when I came in.
Totally Amazon.
Lit. Amazon's great. I feel like you're like downplaying Amazon, but Amazon's great.
No, but like I try to support all the local like boutiques, but that's like, like that's like my thrifting nature. But like sometimes it's just intimidating to go to the boutiques around here. You're like, there's no tags or something's like $300. And I'm like, I'm just not there yet. Like I just don't like I can't find myself like to spend $300 on this, but I will go eat a lobster motherfucking dinner with steak and spend $300 and not give a shit about it. I will swipe that credit card.
I concur.
Yes.
Because it's an experience too.
It is.
I enjoy paying for experiences over things because listen, I lose stuff all the time. I also like throw stuff crazy places and get them dirty or ruin them.
I don't really, that's the beauty of it. Like I can stain this tomorrow and go get another one. And I'm not like going to be like, shit, I should have done that, you know?
Yeah, like nice things, I have very few.
That's fair.
But then I could just get a new one. I could like donate the one that I like did something to. Someone else can love it, use it, or I'll put it outside. The classic
donation bags that sit in a closet that one day get, but at least in New York, if you put it on the street, like someone's going to take it.
I literally just write free and then I put it on the street and then I come back a few hours later and it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, so rewind. You were on that show. Yeah. I like love to know like how many people were on it? How many cameras were there? Was anything scripted? Like a little like no behind the scenes. Okay. Yeah,
no scripted. I think it was ultimately 13 people. I got runner up, unfortunately. I got no money, and the guy who won got $5.8 million.
What? 5.8? He didn't even like try to give you like 100,000 and been like, thanks, you're a team player.
No.
Did you hook up with anyone on the show?
No.
Like, was there any like that kind of situation?
There was kind of. It was interesting. So someone on our show started a rumor on their podcast that I slept with someone while I was on the island, which is so not true. I didn't even kiss anybody when we were out there, because this girl and this guy started a showmance, but they did it for the cameras. You know, they didn't actually like each other. I think maybe there was some liking there, but then they kept going back and forth on like, is it a showmance? Is it not? Do I not care about you? You know what? Like when people aren't upfront with their feelings, I think there's a lot of like loss and confusion, a lot of ego involved of like, well, I'm not going to like you. I'm not going to like you. That's why like if you like someone, you just need to tell them. And if they don't like you back, there's more people. Like it's going to be fine. And I like kind of got in their love triangle because the guy in it was good friends with me and we hung out a lot. And they're like, oh, Lete's
they just assumed,
And they started a rumor that I had sex with him. And I absolutely did not because I don't have sex. So
yeah, I'm like Virgin Mother Mary.
So I'm like,
it's fine.
Crazy rumor if you actually
like,
knew me.
Yeah, well, my brand, Buffalo Food Slut, they used to call me Buffalo Food Prude. That was like my nickname.
You cannot have sex and you can also not be a prude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's like, it's just like, but I was wiped up for the last 12 years. I was in a relationship for 7 years, and then I was in a relationship for 5 years. Wow. And then I moved to New York City, became single in the beginning of March, but just never have gone on a date, never made out with a guy. And so we're looking at like, and someone asked me the other day, like, when's the last time you've been on a date? And I'm like, when I really think about it, it was literally when I was like 20 something years old.
Wait, no, you weren't going on dates with your boyfriends?
Like, no, I'm talking about with strangers, like going, you know what I mean? Like having those like, pauses in between because I broke up with him and then I did not talk to a soul for 7 months. And then I went to South Africa and then met a guy in South Africa and then right away, but we didn't go on dates or even do the dating scene. We were all in this pool of a group of us like together. Okay. And then after like a few weeks, like after he kept laying Easter eggs that he was.
South Africa?
I went on such a random trip there. Okay. I got a text message from a buddy. Like I was planning on taking a trip, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to South Africa," and he's like, "We have one extra spot left in the group. You won't know anyone, but if you want to come," I wound up going on that trip, changed my life, came home. Launched my business.
Boyfriend. Yeah, it's changed
literally. Yeah, no, not even that changed it, but like I launched my business. I launched my first ever clothing line. It sold out in 3 days. It really like. Completely.
So was it entrepreneurs? Like, how'd you get so inspired?
No. Oh, yes. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people in the experiential world, social world, marketing, that we had this dinner with 12 of us. And it was like February 2020, right before everything shit the bed. Yeah. And we had this dinner and this guy, Anthony, went around and just said like, what are you going to do to make 2020 your year? And the girl next to me is crying about her miscarriages that she's been having. Like, all strangers, and they are just everyone's. Open. Oh, I have an abusive father. Like people are getting deep, and they're all strangers, and people are crying, and I'm like, you know what? It's so funny because I just talked about this on like the solo episode where I kept teasing people for 8 months. I had 2 pairs of pants that I designed and had and sampled and had shipped to me that I was wearing and advertising, like dropping my clothing line soon for 8 months. Just teasing the people because I just didn't have enough money to buy the clothes. But there I am going to fucking South Africa because experiences, you know, and taking a chance on yourself is the scariest situation.
It is.
And so I ended up coming home from that trip and that dinner, I just was like, I'm going to stop doing things. I'm going to stop saying I'm doing things and actually do it. Because we're all notorious, but sometimes it's a word of manifestation. Sometimes if you speak it out, if you tell someone like, I'm going to be there tomorrow, but you didn't book that appointment and you're not going, keeps you reliable. Like technically you're not signed up for it, but mentally you're like, okay, I'm going to show up. Yeah. And so I came home and I just asked my dad for like a small private loan and I ended up getting the clothes and they came in weeks early. And the day that I lost my job from COVID was the day that my clothes came in the mail. And my dad had no sympathy. I was like, dude, I just lost my job and they don't know when, like, you know, and he was like, looks like you're sitting on a bunch of money. You're fine. And I ended up selling out in 3 days and it completely catapulted my whole entire business.
Wait, so do you still have that clothing brand?
Yeah, I still do a bunch of stuff. I do more, I'd say, collaborations now. I ran it for almost 5 years and it made me a lot of money, but I give portion of my proceeds all back to hospitality workers, and I drop food off to hospitals, UPSs, teachers, everything. And I did that for 3 years during COVID, and I still do that now. But now it's like I'm doing like this kind of space, and then doing this stuff that with the NFL, like there's just more money opportunities than literally I did like 300 events in like 3 years, like popping up, selling merch. It's a lot.
Oh, for your business.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Like literally loading up the car, destroying the inside of my car with bins.
I get it. For the art festival I did, it was like a whole thing to get all of the panels up and have the setup and then pack it
to
up.
hope that someone buys your stuff.
And then, to hope is the main word there.
But you had some fans there. I saw that some people reposted your stuff.
Fans. Yeah. Okay. The issue is not people liking the art. The issue is the clientele. I told you I'm from a small town, and like really people there can't. There's not a lot of clientele there. Is
Correct.
A better way to phrase it.
I mean, I hear you. Yeah.
So I am possibly going to Art Basel.
Okay, tell me more.
That's clientele. Bow. I don't have all the details. I'm like following up with someone, a designer that I've walked for several times for fashion weeks, has been to the Red Dot for Art Basel, and they're like asking to split a booth.
What would you say your price range of art is? Like minimum to the highest?
The cheapest one is like $600, but I make big things.
Yeah. No, I've seen.
So like. Yeah.
They're literally like
boom, it's like 5 by 4 feet. The big ones are just so fun to make.
100%. And people that are gonna have that much real estate are probably gonna be your clientele because they got high ceilings.
They have to have
they got the space, you know.
They gotta have a big area. They're really not too much. I feel like for the art thing, because I'm starting out, I'm like still figuring my pricing. But I would say like ideally, I'd like to get $4,400 for the really large ones.
What's one of your favorite pieces that you made?
I have this one of a Jesus piece.
Okay.
It's like blue background with a bunch of X's, and then Jesus is like blue and gold because it's foil leaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like exes, like boyfriends, and then I'm like, no, like exes.
No.
Yeah. Because we were deep conversation.
I only have 2 ex-boyfriends. I don't have like a long list of like people.
Oh my God. I literally like 2 super crazy serious ones and then probably like 5 other ones. But I mean, I've lived a long life. I'm 32.
Yeah.
Like, and all those boyfriends I've all dated for 2 years, 1 year, 2 years. Like, I'm a notorious dater.
You're a long-term. Yeah, I'm not a notorious dater. Yeah.
I just like, because I take so long to like sleep with someone that they end up being my boyfriend, because that must mean that I like them, you know? Like the New York of like them just 2 people meeting each other in 5 seconds and tongue banging and going home with each other is crazy.
New York dating is crazy. The audacity that people think that you're going to have sex with them on the second date or like do something sexual is so weird to me.
Yeah,
so like, weird to me.
No.
Like,
write me a love letter and then we'll talk about it.
I don't even know if I like you yet. Yeah. Like, what did you want to do what? What? Yeah. I don't want to go to your apartment. I don't want to see your bed.
Like oh my God, I'm dead.
It's different. I will say it's different.
Are you on, what dating apps are you on?
I'm not on any right now.
Okay.
But the ones I do use are Hinge and Raya. Raya sucks. So
I can't get on Raya, and I've like...
You don't want to.
Yeah, but I'm like, I have friends that like literally have like 2,000 followers that are on Raya. I'm like, why won't they accept me? Why do you hate me?
The men I've met on there are mostly entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Don't recommend. But Hinge I've had a lot of fun with. Like, seriously, a lot of fun dates. It's just, I'm running into this strange problem that I've never experienced anywhere else where men will literally tell me, they're like, oh, I'm not confident enough to, like, be with you. Because you're, like, a fun personality? Like, you're just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, one guy was telling me, he's like, your life is just so much more fun than mine. My life looks so boring compared to yours. And I'm like, no, I think you have a fun life. Like, you have taken me on fun dates. But that's the most annoying thing is that... That's insecurity. But then people are fixating on our social media and not our personality. They're just like constantly, and I realized too, the dating scene in New York, they're more interested in what a girl looks like on Instagram compared to in person. Because we go to these events, and I'm like, oh, that's that person? And then I meet them in person, and it's not that they're unattractive, but like they look like a Maxim model that's just like
lips perfect, everything perfect. Then I meet them and I'm like, what? And I'm like, and I think that's what they're addicted to is like that.
Yeah, I try not to.
It's the bragging, like, oh, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I don't show my social media to the guys on Hinge. Like, I don't have it on my profile or anything.
Nice.
And then when I meet them in person, they ask for it. I just tell them like, hey, I'd rather just like get to know you in person. And most of them, I think, have respected that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that because people use it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I use it as a marketing platform.
Yeah,
I've even in relationship, when I was in my last relationship, I straight up told him I have Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, and it all. But it's just about growing my brand, like especially in Buffalo, like and especially when we go to other cities and host events that were Buffalo related. I would be very active on there. I would never message anything, but they would buy tickets to all the events. Like the one time there was 12 of them. I was on the Bachelorette. Like I was the queen, and there was like 12 guys in Kansas City that all came from like my Tinder and Hinge, and they're like, so you're not really like interested in dating. You're just like a workhorse. I've had guys message me on LinkedIn and been like, yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I can see that you totally, and I've gotten 3 sponsorships from that of me just being like, this is strictly business. So, don't put it out of the realm.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I'd rather find love than money, though.
Well, yeah, no, it doesn't have to go back with money because, like, oh my God, I mean, I've dealt with entrepreneur ex, and then I dealt with someone who just like acted like I swear he was like broke all the time, and I never got spoiled by him ever. Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, oh, but the spoiling doesn't have to be like to me. Spoiling is you making me a picnic in the park.
It's being thought of constantly.
Cooking me some food, just constantly thought of. Like I just can't stress that enough. But one day we're gonna find it, and then we're gonna be like, oh my God, loving. Okay, so you go on this TV show, you get runner up. What is I need to know, like, did you go on shows after that where they talked about everything?
What do you mean by that? Like a podcast?
Like a recap. Like, they do like, they bring the cast back and there's drama.
So our last episode where someone played Deal or No Deal Island was like our finale, I guess you could say. And we didn't really talk shit about each other.
Do you still get invited to, was that on Netflix? What show was it on?
It was on NBC and Peacock.
Okay. So do you ever get invited back to things because you were on that show before?
Oh, this was this year.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
When the hell did it air?
So it was from January to March, and then I moved here afterwards.
Oh wow! So that shit happened recently.
Yeah. So
have you been taking any of the clips and posting them?
I mean, I did while it was going on. I don't like to continue to live in my past.
Okay, because that's so funny. Because like the marketing side of me is like whore that shit out.
Yeah,
like,
but I also have Miss Indiana, WWE, and this like. My audience is already confused. I've just marketed myself as a side quest queen at this point.
Dude, welcome to my world. Yeah. I'm working for Syndicate, working for Game Day, then having a podcast, and then I have a clothing line, and then it's like I do marketing, and then I just got asked to do, for the NFL to do food styling. Do you think I'm a fucking food stylist? No, but I'm I'm doing it. Side quest till the day I die. Yeah. It's the hustle. And that's why you were probably meant to come to New York because it's so common here. Yeah. When I'm back home, people are like, do you sleep at night? I'm like, yeah, I sleep at night. Like, but I constantly, as soon as I wake up, I'm like, how can I be better? Like, what can I do? What job opportunities are going to come my way?
Yeah, I also feel like I'm not doing enough. Do you have a manager?
No.
So you manage it yourself. See, I think I put too much faith in people that manage me.
Okay. So congratulations too. You're signed to a modeling agency.
Yeah.
And who do they work with? Like, who are some of the brands that people would probably know?
I haven't gotten booked on anything with them yet.
Okay.
I have booked other stuff though with like a different agency. So they're my New York agent. Okay. And I have a Miami agent. I have a Nashville agent. Like I have different agents and different things.
Hoes in different area codes.
Yeah. I guess the biggest things is like I've been on a High Noon commercial.
Okay, mommy.
I've walked for Nike for like runway.
Yes.
But here in New York, that's another thing. Like I'm like, what am I doing here? Because I have not actually gotten a lot of business.
I feel the same way.
And I'm like, I literally moved here for business, and I also moved here to like find a man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I am such.
We're gonna find this girl a man.
I am such a lover girl at heart. I just want to go through life with a partner and like build together, like so badly.
I know. People always ask me like, do I want kids? And I'm like, for the longest time, I've been saying no. But when I fall in love, that can completely change because I'm going to be like, put babies inside of me.
Whenever you're in love, like you imagine that with them, right?
Yeah.
Like you've never, like with your boyfriends, haven't you been like, oh my gosh, our kids are going to do this and they're going to look this way? And like,
yeah, like, but I feel like I never was like crazy as much as in love with them as I thought. I think it was more in love with the idea of them. Like my one ex was very attractive. Babies with him, I was like, yo, we're going to have straight up models. There's no way that kid isn't coming out as a model, you know?
Yeah.
But more fixated on that idea with things. But I hear you on the New York aspect because I moved here. I did get signed by Gotham Podcast Studio the first like 2 weeks I moved here.
Crazy.
Yeah. I get a phone call one day and they're like, hey, my brother is a big fan of yours. He connected me with you like in Buffalo. Like, and the owners of Gotham Podcast are Bills fans. Like you guys should just meet. I came in there with my creative director portfolio and I've worked with so many amazing clients. Like being from a small town, the companies that I've worked with and the influencers that I've worked with that are associated with TV shows, like I've just side quest. So I have like an amazing digital resume and they're like, we're so used to influencers coming in here and saying, my agent said I should have a podcast. And then they have no creative direction with behind it. I literally was like, this is the photo shoot. This is how I want the backdrop. Like I've been wanting to do this, but long story short, that is why I know I'm here. But also I just started getting like more booked for stuff, but it's because like Wegmans grocery store. Have you ever heard of Wegmans?
Yeah.
So they're from like Buffalo, New York, Rochester, but now they are in Brooklyn.
Yes.
So now it's brands that have been originally reaching out to me in Buffalo. Then they find out I'm in New York City and they're like, oh, cool. Can you mention that it's in New York City? But like, it's not like I'm getting booked for, but then I've been working for Syndicate and I get, you know, I do sponsorships and stuff with them. So I do get paid, but like still I'm like, why am I here? So I hear you on that.
Yeah.
It's like just trying to figure, and you're surrounded around the most insane beautiful, talented people that you've ever been around. And you're like, okay, well, I understand that maybe they got that job, but I'm like, just have an interview with me.
Yeah,
and I crush it.
Another thing is I'm realizing everything's connections in this city. And being from a girl like with 30,000 hometown people, like, you know, I don't be having connections.
No.
I be having like whoever I meet in person for the moment.
So do you feel like, because right now I want to simply move to Manhattan for the connections aspect, because my neighborhood is not that. It's too spread out. It's too quiet that I feel like I moved to a Soho and I go downstairs. When I have conversations with Levi, with Joe, they literally are at a coffee shop. Oh, I just met someone from Google. Oh, I just worked someone that works with Meta. It's like they constantly are meeting the most insane people, and I'm just not in my neighborhood.
Yeah, but you can meet those insane people and have nothing happen from it.
Yeah, but I'll make something happen out of it because I'm a hustler.
Well, what would you want to make happen out of it?
Like what if with Google or anything like that? There's brand partnerships with Google. There's going to events and networking with all those kind of people. It's like just becoming friends with some of those people. But generally, it's like
I don't like a lot of people.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like a lot of people. So for me, like I will never fake liking someone just for a business deal.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, no. I never ever will. I'm obsessed with meeting people every single day.
Okay.
Obsessed with meeting.
I'm like, I would never just be like, oh my gosh, hi.
No. I'm like the world's most outgoing human being in the world. And my rule of thumb is I never ask anyone what they do for the first 45 minutes of meeting them.
Okay.
And if I feel like it's and this is something that I don't know if it was a mentor. Pardon? For 45 minutes, I can talk about anything. Well, I talk about the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
I literally talk about food. I just shoot the shit with them. And then I feel that out if I want to build a business relationship with them or if I'm attracted to them. But for that 45 minutes of those deep conversations.
What if it's business, but you're also attracted to them?
Oh, business and pleasure, baby. I've never really mixed the two, but I've definitely thought about it. There's some definitely people in my corner that I was like, oh man, the things I would do to you.
Dude.
For sure. But I'm such... business always comes first with me.
Yeah.
And then the pleasure will come after. But it was like a podcast that I listened to that, but that's just me in a rule of thumb because and I've had someone, this happened to me in Nashville, I had a guy try so hard to tell me what he did and I kept changing the subject because I knew he wanted to tell me that he was someone famous or someone rich. And I didn't want to know that about him because I didn't want him to think the way that I was acting towards him was going to change because all of a sudden I find out he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
So I just like
Which, by the way, a million, I don't know. I don't think a million's a lot.
No, it's not anymore. Like I just laughed the other day because I'm like, oh my God, if this one deal goes through, like eventually down the road, I'll get a check for $200,000. I was like, I hope to laugh at that one day.
Yeah.
Because that that just doesn't go far.
I mean, right now it's a lot. Obviously, I'm
yeah,
not
like right now, if I
millionaire.
got a check for 200K, but like I'm talking about in like 10 years, if I get a check for 200K, like I just hope like I'm like, oh, cool, that's going to like my daughter's freaking college fund, and I don't have to worry about it, you know?
Yeah.
But so you go on this. I love to talk.
I love how you keep bringing it back. You're like, so the show.
No, well then after the show, they just launched. So now you're in New York.
Yep.
I talk a lot about social media. How are you keeping up right now? You have how many followers? Like a crazy amount.
Oh gosh, across platforms, I have like. This is the thing though.
I've never gone on your TikTok. Do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I have a TikTok, but it's like it doesn't do well. So, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like the algorithm's not good right now. So I'm really
also
demotivated.
It's like I realized like I try to do an independent TikTok for my podcast, and that's just not the vibe. People on my TikTok, I have millions of views, and it's all Buffalo related. So now my TikTok, I'm just keeping with Buffalo Food Slut.
You down.
Keeping that, yeah, because why am I going to start another page? And then with my Madeline Hall and Buffalo Food Slut, then I have MaDi Tells All. Like I have a virtual assistant, so they're doing a ton of stuff with my podcast, all that kind of stuff, and then I run the two other ones. But how are you keeping up with like your DMs right now?
What would
she said? What DMs? Like do you not wake up with 5 million DMs having a platform like that?
Why would I message people back?
Oh, see, I message every single person back, but sometimes people say the nicest thing.
That. It is nice. That's so nice.
But also there's brand deals that could be waiting there. No?
Now I have an email in my bio.
I know, but people are just so ridiculous with that. They'll be like, I've had it so many times where I run into people and they're like, I've been DMing you and I'm trying to do a brand partnership with you. I'm like, I have a website. I have my personal phone number.
Then I would give them my email.
I have an email.
Like,
well, that's like what I try to tell them. I'm like, act like I'm... The influencer world is so crazy and it's so new, but sometimes they don't take it seriously and they just think, yeah, like a DM is going to work. But I love going through my DMs because people, especially too that I moved here, like people are sending me like food things or like back in Buffalo if like events are going on. And then some people like, I didn't realize how many people I've helped with eating disorders because like I publicly mukbang all the time. And I just say, that's crazy to me that you'd go on a date with someone and not eat. Because isn't that crazy? So I've had so many girls tell me that like they started eating in front of their boyfriends or going on first dates and eating and help them with their eating disorder and that like food is sexy and it's like a part of that. And like also, I mean like I'm in some videos, I you know what I mean? I have cellulite, I'm chilling, I have my gut out like, and I don't do edits. I do no filters on my stuff. It's 100% me on my page. And sometimes that's hard because I sometimes wake up and don't want to make a video because I feel just so ugly. And you're just like, and you could put a filter on it. You could put that, but I choose to just like always just be me.
Yeah. The crazy thing to me with like you saying that you don't feel pretty sometimes is like, I think everybody gets like that at some point. And I feel like maybe like the turning point of that, because I think when I was younger, I struggled with that. But I think that now that I've gotten older, I've realized that like, my friends love me and see me as beautiful. Yeah. My future husband is going to look at me and think I'm the most beautiful thing, even when I'm not. I now look at myself, and even when I'm like not done up, I'm like, I'm still like that girl. Yeah. And I think it comes from a place of like loving myself so deeply that like no matter what anybody thinks about, like, because the cheapest narc on someone is to talk about their looks.
Isn't it?
It's jealousy. Narc. Who gives
There's
a
this
fuck?
girl
like,
on
get out of here.
TikTok and Instagram who literally will go on like, you know, Taylor Swift's videos and all that kind of stuff. And she finds the comments that people say like, oh, she's flat as a board. And then she posts their actual photo. And they're always 50-year-olds and over, men and women who are so unattractive. And I'm like, how, like, what is it that you, I mean, I posted, some guy messaged me like woke up, chose violence at 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday about sucking my way to the top, which is like laughing because it's like the ongoing joke that I'm like a virgin and sucking my way to the top. My jeans don't fit, you know, I'm fat, like all like for 7 seconds. My dad, I sent it to my mom. And then my mom just...
See, that's why I don't check my DMs as well. First of all, I have a lot. And second of all, people keep saying crazy things sometimes. So it's just like, if I go through... And people say a lot of nice things too. But the thing is, with doing social media, I've realized you can't put any value in the nice things because then you'll put value in the negative things. And if you don't put value in either, it won't control your mind. So like, I appreciate people that give me compliments. Like, I truly love it. But... it doesn't make me feel better about myself. It doesn't
because they're a stranger for the most part.
They don't know who I am to my core, you know. Like, and I've met people who I thought great things about them, and then I met them and I got to know them, and I didn't think those great things anymore. And I think that it's so easy on social media to think you know somebody and not really know them.
Well, people have this fixation where right? So if you go onto my page and you love food, and then you love football, and then you love my stuff about health and wellness, but then I post something that you don't agree with, and then all of a sudden you hate me, is so weird. And I'm like, you don't know me. And I've had this before because I've been, quote unquote, people have tried to cancel me 3 times. Once because they went out to a restaurant that people didn't like. I didn't know the owner. I don't know any background story. I got invited as a food blogger and I went and did my thing. And it was during an era of COVID that restaurants were going through the worst time of their life. So I was just trying to do as much of an impact as I can with my food blog. And then I went out and I'm eating a steak sandwich at a bar, and I see that this guy next to me is keeps looking at it. And I was like, dude, do you want the other half of this? And he was like, what? And I was like, I see you looking at it. And I was like, I don't need the other half. We're both here alone. Let's chat. So I gave him the other thing for 3 hours. Me and this guy was just shooting the shit. And then he tells me, he's like, you have me blocked on Instagram. And I was like, what? He was like, I'm so sorry, but I'm totally that person who said X, Y, and Z to you and all that kind of stuff. He's like, and I realized I didn't know you as a person. This has happened about 7 times to me that I don't know, because I don't investigate who that person is being mean to me. I just block them.
Yeah.
I don't go on there. I don't try
healthy.
I just whatever, you're mean, whatever, and I block. But then it happens that I'm at these, and it's always more like these divey bars, because they look at me and they think I'm just a white little privileged girl who just came from money, which is not the fact. And I think that they think that I just got everything easy and everything handed to me.
But that's the easiest narrative for people to live with.
Yes.
Yeah. So when people see someone that has a level of success or a level of hustle or drive that they don't have, it's easiest to be nepotism. Because then that puts them in a way of self-soothing to let them feel good about not trying as hard.
When you say self-soothing, all I can think about is a little baby emoji, like with a thumb in their mouth.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's exactly what you are. And it's so crazy because then they'll be like, oh, do you want to hang out after this? And I'm like, I love that you were honest and respect with me. But that now that I know that you're an internet troll, and I hope that you can just take away this and really change your life after this.
Did you tell that to that guy?
Yes. But I was like, I can't be a part of that. I'm glad that you got to see my true personality, but I'm just so ashamed that the things that you said to me without getting to know me. And I've messaged people back and said, hey, do you want to have a phone call about this? And they run like the plague. And then they'll block me. And I'm like, if you're going to, let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
People that don't know people and react or say certain things, it's, life's a mirror, right? They're not saying these things about you. They're looking in the mirror and saying them about themselves.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah. I mean, everything is really deep if we want to get into it, but everything is also very surface level if we want to get into it.
So tell people you've been doing these episodes is Spill the Tea.
Oh, tea time.
The tea time, which is just so friggin' great.
Dude, it's literally my life here in New York City has been fucking chaotic. It's just not real. I'm like, this isn't it's not real. And I leave so much stuff out because I can only fit it in 3 minutes. Yeah. On Instagram, all you got for the reel is 3 minutes. My Lete times pretty much talk about my hardships, my struggles, my dating lives. And it's my most extroverted, fun version of myself. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I get the camera on, I shot one of them in front of my friends the other day, and they were watching me and they're like, you literally just turn it on. Yes. And I was like, yeah, bitch. Because it's Lete time. I love entertaining people. But I would say relatively I'm pretty chill on your podcast right now. But again, this is a different version of myself. We're talking about deep things and shallow things. We're talking about all different facets. And so my Lete time is very fun. It's more what the fuck is happening.
Because you're in your comfort zone.
Yes.
You're just doing what you want to do. But people love to see the behind the scenes of New York City living.
Oh.
I used to see it all the time.
Because everyone makes it seem so glamorous. And it's just...
Do you know the smell of pee that you just can't get out of your nose every single second? I'm like, why does everything smell like human urine? Yeah. Respectfully, because it is human urine. Yes. And
or dog
can
urine.
We talk about... Yes. Can we the sense when you were talking about how people can say, oh, they're pretty, they have no problems, whatever. People don't know what you're going through. And the mentalness of I had a crash out. I've never had one of those before.
Yeah.
I heard the term before.
Was it a panic attack or a crash out?
No, not a panic attack, but just for 5 days in a row, just crying myself to sleep, waking up, crying. And it's because I came it makes me emotional when I think about it.
Yeah.
But I had a whole community in Buffalo that was like so supportive, and then I moved.
Yeah.
And people were so mean to me. They were like, "You're a sellout. How could you,
About what?
moving to New York?"
Oh.
Because my brand is so Buffalo, but I went from knowing everyone that I can go out to a bar by myself and know that someone's either going to come up to me because they know me, or I'm going to run into a friend, family. Oh my God, you're Chris Hall's daughter, you're Sue Hall's daughter, because we all look like fucking twins. Then you come here, you don't know anyone.
No.
I came here with my best friend, but she works like crazy. And then I live in a neighborhood that I'm just not in love with. My apartment's a dream. But like, I try to make friends at the coffee shop. It's like really not that vibe. And like, when I go to Soho in Manhattan, but then you're constantly just trying to like almost like sell yourself. Like you're like, and then you see people build these organic relationships and you're like, why wasn't I invited to that? Or why isn't that? And it's like a lot of them have been living here for 8 years and they've been best friends and they have such close friend ties that it's like they might have just met an event, but they found out their brother's marrying to this person. Like, and it's hard. You're so lonely.
Yeah. I've moved, I think, like 5 times in my adult life. I've moved to LA and then back to Indiana and then to Boca Raton, back to LA, Orlando, now here. And there is a part of every move of isolation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know people and you are really having to get outside of your comfort zone. I know people are like, Lete, you have a comfort zone? Yeah,
I know.
I do.
Yeah. It's intimidating to go to places by yourself and have dinner by yourself because I want to have a conversation with people. I'm addicted to people.
Yeah. Or you'll go to a place and you're just like, oh, I don't really care for the people here. But you go back the next week, like you join a run club. So this is it is hard to meet friends, especially in your adult life in different cities, especially if you come from a small town. Like I remember when I first moved to DC for college, I was like walking down the street to my classes. I was telling everyone, hi, hello, hi. And they're looking at me like I'm about to kill their families because they're like, who is this girl? Who is this girl talking to me and saying hello? I was like, Mom, it's so strange. Nobody's saying hi to me. And it was just like the cute little Midwesternness in me is just like so used to like everyone is family where I'm from.
Same.
Like everyone is cool. Everyone's vibes. And so like I'll talk to people here in New York. Like
I talk to people in the subways and people are like, you do that? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
But I've actually noticed that New York feels like a big family.
No, I'm starting to see that. It's just like sometimes like people just don't want to talk to you, or like you have a genuine conversation with someone for an hour on the train and then you give them their number or like you exchange and then it's just like ghosting. And I'm like, well, I thought we hit it off.
But that's okay. Because the way I see it is, do you believe in a higher power, God, spirituality? Yeah. Cool. When you have that understanding and mindset of like the bigger picture, I think I understand encounters as not something that needs to be everlasting. But there's people in my life that I have only seen one time that have been a blessing and a voice that I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And you might be that for someone else. So say you hit it off with them for an hour. Yeah, they might never talk to you again. But that doesn't mean you're not lovely. It doesn't mean you weren't charismatic. It doesn't mean that you didn't affect them. It means that like maybe that person needed that in that moment. Maybe you needed it in that moment. I mean, life is just...
I like it.
Life is so fun in that way. I mean, I've had these experiences. There was something so small that I did. I was interning in Australia and I like pushed this girl to go ask this guy for a bite of his cookie or something.
Yeah, of course you did.
Getting outside of her comfort zone. I was like, I'll ask him. I was like, no, you need to go ask him. And then she went, and then I kid you not, 3-4 years later, she messaged me on Facebook and was like, thank you so much for that one time that you pushed me to go try that cookie in Australia. It made me realize that nothing is really that, like this whole message about this very small moment. And I'm like,
that's why you check your messages.
I'm like, that's it. Yeah. that's what life is about, right? Like the small little moments that maybe in the moment you don't realize mean so much to somebody else.
I did this one thing which was like so funny. It was my teacher doing a whole entire class about socialism, right? That was like the month-long chapter of all this kind of stuff. But in high school, if you made honor roll or honor roll, you got to go have an ice cream party. So we're in high school and the announcements come on like ice cream party for everyone who made honor roll. And I left and then there was only like 7 students left like in the classroom. So when I got to the cafeteria, I brought my purse. And when the lady wasn't looking, I hopped behind the counter and brought all the ice cream, and I left and went back and had an ice cream party with the people who didn't make it. And I made a clip like of that, like for the podcast, and just was talking about like just like thinking of others, because like I'm always, it's exhausting. It's very hard for me to think for myself. I think for others all the time. As much as I could give back, the more money I've made, I'm like give. Where my parents were like, Madeline, like chill out. You also are a business owner. But she teaches still today that class about socialism, and was just like talking about. She talks about that example for me, and that little thing I didn't know would make an impact. That 14 years later, she DMs me on Instagram and was like, because I forgot what her name was, and Miss Sullivan, and she messaged me and she's like, hey, it's Miss Sullivan. She's like, I still teach that today. I'm like, that little impact, like in that moment, made it.
Yeah, life is crazy in that way, and I also think that life is whatever you make it. Like the other day, I was going to something, and I'm like, oh, like I could either go to this or I could ask like one of these motorcycle people if I could ride on the back of their motorcycle and go. Like, which one's more fun? You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to like do things. So I think people are like, oh, Lete, your life is so much more fun than mine. But
we're also capturing those moments and blasting it. So that's what they're thinking about all the time. That maybe happened once a month. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Literally. So yeah, comparison's the thief of all joy, but also you are the master of your destiny. Right? Like no one else really is. So that's why I go by Lete. Ultimately, like I saw Alexis as what my parents wanted me to be, and I saw Lete as what I was always meant to be. So like Lete is like also a transferable phrase of destiny.
Yeah, I need to like, have you been reading some good books? Like, are you a book reader?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is there like a good motivational book that you read that you're like, damn?
Motivational book.
Levi just gave me The Richest Man in Babylon. Have you ever heard of that one?
I have heard of that.
Yeah, so have I. But I'm gonna read it. It's nice and short and easy because I just like need something that's like a little bit inspiring, because I'm catching myself for the first time ever like doom scrolling, which is not me, but it's because I'm lonely, like in New York.
Why are you?
Well, not.
Are you alone or are you lonely?
No, it's just like when work's done at 5:00 and it's a beautiful like summer day, I can't find people that like, because I live so far from everyone, that want to go to Prospect Park with me. Like the other day, it was a Labor Day weekend, trying to go to the freaking beach, and nobody wanted to go to the beach, and I'm like what? You know what I mean? Like, so those seconds, I'm just like, okay, I'll just chill, or like it's okay to relax, look at your phone, but like I should relax and read a book.
Yeah, I get like that too. Just so you know, like I want to do things, and everyone that I want to do it with is busy, or I'm not asking the right people.
And it's decision paralysis at its finest.
Yeah.
Because you're like, just go out and go do it.
Yeah.
And then it's hard because too, then you're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go blow a bunch of money, because then it goes from a coffee shop to a bagel to like.
I've also noticed that calling people is way better than texting people, because you get a definite answer right away. When you text people, you're waiting for them to respond if they can come.
And then they're deciding.
Now they have another hour. Now, like, do you know what I mean? So the time is you're losing the time of the person you want to hang out with. This is like adulting 101 of finding fucking friends.
I like it. I like that version. Just give a phone call.
Call. So like if I want to go do something, I'll have the person I think that would like it the best. Call them. Busy? Okay, cool. Next option. Call them. Cool. Busy? Okay, next option. Call them. Okay, next option. Like you just go through the next option. And it sometimes isn't like my best friend. It's sometimes maybe someone I just recently met that like we talked about hanging out, and like that's the person I go end up doing it, and so we like build a better connection and like see if we want to be closer and better friends. You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be someone that's like, oh, my best friend. Like, of course, when you just moved to the city, you're not gonna have best friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but my standards for friends are high.
That's
like
because you want people that empower and motivate you. And I love the friends that I have that are nurses. I have so many nurse friends, and they're my fucking favorite people ever, because we're on totally different spectrums.
Yeah.
And there's no needing like because I deal with a lot of space in my home, that I've had a lot of friends that get a little intimidated by my work, or they start coming to things and then they start to just not ever bring their wallet. They just assume that like I'm always going to take care of them, or I get things for free.
Yeah.
But it's like they'll just go to all the free events with me, but then they never, it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
And I also think an interesting thing that you bring that up, sorry, going in a different direction, but since I'm the one who usually is like planning stuff and providing things for my friends that aren't content creators, I have stepped into a very male role of providing and protecting for my friends.
I know, same.
And
I love it, but I hate it. But I'm like, it's also their job to step up and just know that. And like you said, I can't stress enough that I love picnics. Like those little acts of kindness to be like, hey, come, I want to have a picnic. Like, don't bring a thing.
About to say, and bring something. Like, please, for the love of God, bring something, do something, add some type of value. Like, I'm not your boyfriend, right? Like, at the end of the day,
I always end up being daddy vibes. If I was a lesbian, I would be daddy. Like,
I don't want to be daddy.
I don't want to be daddy, but I'm always daddy. I can fix anything, and I'm always the one who's like, oh no, I got this. But I'm like, I'm so bad. I don't even like Venmo requesting people. Like if I pay the bill and then I like realize 3 days later, I'm like, I get so much anxiety about it. I'm like,
but that's also like, I would immediately be like, how much do I need to Venmo you? Do you know what I mean? And people that don't do that, I forgot. No, you didn't.
I know.
Like, I'm sorry.
I didn't see that. I did. Like, come on. No, I'm excited. I think that lately, because the fall, everyone's like New York in fall. And two, now it's my busy season. Now I'm traveling like crazy. So now I'm like way happier. But it's hard when you go on those highest of highs where, like I said, I'm seeing hosting these events. And then I come here where nobody really knows me. I'm not getting booked for like a crazy amount of events here or doing anything like that. But also I'm like, am I trying at my fullest potential to reach out? Because I don't have a manager, so I'm doing that all myself. But sometimes selling yourself is the hardest thing. I can sell other people's businesses like nobody's goddamn job.
I agree. Because I also don't think people respect you selling yourself as much.
Correct. Either. It comes off sometimes a little like the LinkedIn DMs I get. Do you use LinkedIn?
Not really.
I'm a LinkedIn whore. But the DMs I get a lot of times when people are selling themselves, I'm not taking them as serious as them saying my company I work for. Like,
and or they want you to have a manager that's like, oh, my client.
Yeah.
Like whenever you do it yourself, it unfortunately devalues.
Yeah, that's why people say always make like a fake assistant and like be like, oh yeah, but like I'm not gonna lie, for sure I've said like, hey, this is Madeline's. Well, now I have a virtual assistant, but he's a real person. But now he will say like, hey, this is Madeline's assistant, yada yada yada, and like I feel like people respond faster and all that kind of stuff because they're like, oh shit, they're just it's like a sad world of like people just. You know,
it's a schmoozer world out there.
Schmoozer world, and I'm just like,
world.
And I'm just like, I only just give, and it's so hard, you know. And when I'm at these events, and I had, 3 employees. I had the one guy that's head of our security just like come up to me, and they're like, I work here because you work here, and you just grace us with your presence, and you have the best energy, and I will take leadership role, or I have to be the boss. There's 40 employees, and I'm bossing them around, but I never do it. I never have been called a bitch. I'm a great leader, and people listen to me, but I give them love, and I text them individually. After my crazy schedule, I text back a lot of our head honchos, amazing work. Those words of affirmation go such a hard way, and I'm a words person. Yeah. I like the problem I had with my ex is like, I would dress all cute for our dates, and he would just never be like, wouldn't compliment you. But I know,
get out of here.
But I know with his eyes, he was like, fuck yeah, that's my girl. But he was a very quiet man. And he just would be like, look me down. I'm like, I can't tell you enough. You have to tell me I look pretty. You have to tell me that my hair looks good. And not even like visual stuff or like, I love the outfit you put together. You're putting out such an amazing presence. Like something. Like, and I just had to beg for it all the time. Yeah. And it's like, come on.
I will say I'm not good in my relationship with words of affirmation because I prefer my actions to show how I feel about the man. But again, I think I'm not good with the words of affirmation because a lot of the time I deal with insecure men, and I don't want my words to be the only thing that makes them feel secure.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I constantly was always just like, oh my God, I love your beard. I love all that. I'm like a compliment whore, but I'm like that with like my best friend Lete and I, we try to give at least 3 compliments out a day.
To each other?
No. Just strangers. Anyone.
A day. Oh,
yeah. Like anyone. Yeah, to ourselves. But I'm constantly, because it's just like, it's so fun to watch people's mood completely change.
Yeah, it is.
Or sometimes people, like, you see them again and they're like, I was having such a bad day. And then he, like, told me my jean jacket looked fit and I didn't know if it was a good match. And, like, the rest of my day was just better. I'm like, yes.
Maybe, now that I think about it, maybe I do give compliments. But I feel like I don't maybe give enough, though.
This is your inspiration.
For men. Dating men.
Okay. It's okay.
But at the same time, like,
We're learning. Do you have like a type? Like, do you like well, you're taller, so do you like, or have you dated shorter men?
Of course, I prefer taller men. I have definitely dated some short kings. The short king energy is great.
Great. And like, not to be inappropriate, but like usually they like packing some heat, and that's like a stat. That and really skinny tall guys. Like I'm sure Machine Gun Kelly, like he be packing. But it's like the short kings, they treat you
so nice.
Yeah. So nice. But like
I'm thinking of one,
Yeah. But like
I don't want to see that person anymore though. But like Yeah, they've treated me nice in the past.
But like, well, yeah, one of my friends, like, they're like a difference of like a foot.
But would I ever match with one on a dating app not knowing them? No. So that's the difference. I will match with taller men on dating apps without knowing them because it's very superficial dating apps. But in person, I need to be wowed by someone that's either my height or shorter with their personality and like aura.
Personality goes I feel so bad. This one kid that I met at one of the syndicate awards, he's pulling out the works for me. But I'm just like the physical attraction. But when we talk business, it's so hot. But like, I'm still like not attractive. But he's always like, oh, do you want to go to this? Do you want to go? And I love that he's trying.
Well, they also have to be attractive. It can't just be the personality.
I know.
Like, Love is Not Blind. That show. It's not blind.
I know. Because then they meet in person, and you're like, yeah, like only the hot couples survive, you know?
Someone asked me if I wanted to go on it, and I was like, I'm sorry. Love is not blind.
My dad thought, so I got interviewed for that. My dad thought I was going to date a blind man. He didn't know the premise of it. And he's like, Madeline, you can't just go on a show because you want to go on a show, and it's going to be a man you're going to date that's blind. I was like, Dad, I'm not. It's fine. But we have to wrap up because me and you have a lunch date and I'm starving.
Oh yeah, we're yappers.
Literally. Yeah, I know.
I feel like they just like hung out with us. You know what I mean? Like this is probably what we'll continue to talk about.
No, 1,000%. I can't wait to talk about the crazy stuff off the camera, off the record. But I was like, let people know where to find you and what kind of like content you're putting out there so that people can resonate with it.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Lex Lete on everything, LEXLETE, and I'm actually wanting to do more comedy content. I think we talked about earlier the looks thing. I feel like, especially being Miss Indiana, being in the WWE, my looks were really glorified, and it did not bring me depth and value eternally. But when people tell me I'm funny and make them laugh, it really makes me happy.
Dude, I'm down with all day. Like I did a video of me like doing like a Hyde pen, like smoking it, like and just being like, oh my God, did you see my pen? Like comedic stuff of like fun. My friends who are losing their mind. But like if you ever want to do scripted funny shit like that, down.
Okay, well, we'll have a day where we do that because I love that stuff. So I'm moving more into comedy stuff. I mean, I'm a model, so I'll still post photo shoots and stuff like that and like behind the scenes of my life, like the tragedies that happen really, like the Lete times. But trying to do more comedy stuff. So if you guys like a little comedy girly, follow me.
Okay. Where's the IG?
Oh, it's at Lex Lete.
Easy.
Lete. That's also on TikTok, YouTube. I have Facebook too. They're like pushing you to post on Facebook. But
yeah, Facebook is just like my Instagram's linked to Facebook and I let Meta handle the rest. But that is just like the weirdest men I've ever dealt with in my whole entire life. And then like the messages and like the weird stuff. And then Facebook's like political. It's just like it's a whole thing. Oh. So like I don't touch it. I don't go on it. But like it runs right now. But it's like for my mom and grandmas and all that kind of stuff. They're like, yeah, go Madeline. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. We're going to go get maybe some sushi if you're into that. Okay. And we're going to go walk around. But guys, go check her out. So excited to be here. And I'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Bam. From small town roots to the big city hustle. Remember, your past doesn't define you. Your passion does. If something hits home today, share it, tag me, even write in. Be a part of this community. This isn't just my mic, it's ours. Check the episode description below for all the links. Until next time, keep building your empire your way.